What is going on? It is Mortar Mike. It is go time. This is another Watcher of Realms video. Today, we had to do something right for you guys. Okay, we're talking about a specific champion in the game. I ended up pulling him. You may know him as Damage. It is the Boreas way, but I did not do a formal breakdown, like a full video of his kit. And I felt like I couldn't do you guys justice as just saying, yeah, this guy's awesome, he's great, without bringing in one of the best people that have broken down this guy's kit. Today, I'm going to talk to you with none other than the main man himself, Fastidious. What's going on, Fasty? How are you, good sir?
It's great to be here, Mike.
Nobody knows that he practiced that, but
well, we practice it. We practice it. We practice. So, we're a team, Mike.
Exactly. The reason I made this video, the reason why we were making this video today was, I'm gonna go back to full screen.
What's this music, by the way?
This is the melodious music of taking down Torador and Nightmare. I mean, in a hard void riff. So
we've been chatting for like over an hour, just doing whatever me and Mike do when we're pretending we're going to make content. And exactly. He's just been having this music running the whole time, bragging about his Torador conquests.
Look, it must occur. You got to be happy about it. The first time me and Fastidious actually connected was on his chat, and we were talking about how Boreas may need to get cushioned. We had a misunderstanding. Here's the video. Well, that was one of the first examples in the game of what I would have traditionally called a power creep.
Boreas?
Playing him for months. Yeah.
I'm not going to say the N-word, but the N-word meaning the gotcha N-word.
I have no idea what the gotcha N-word is. Forgive me.
Think of a football. Think of a football, but it's squishy.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Forgive me, chat.
We know that N-word, and I'm not going to say it. Guys, yeah, we're not Call of Duty players. We're min-maxers.
Like, this is the grand start of us meeting each other. But
that's our meet cute. I was like, hey, you seem like a great guy. Would you like to hear a slur? But I said it. I don't leave this room. I don't leave this desk. Today's my day off, guys. I've already been working for 8 hours. I can't stop. And I was so into it. The synapses didn't connect. I literally was like, I'm not a Call of Duty player, like we said. I'm that into the weeds of the nerdiness. I can only think of that comfy football. Or are we going to say cushion? Is that what we're going to say?
I think we're going to have to call it cushion. Tactical scale back. Let me switch screens here because I feel like I'm like Zeus giving advice to Hercules right now or something.
Yeah, what's going on here? There we go. Much better. That's actually a good point there, right? You guys can let us know in the comments how many more collabs me and Mike will have before he has more subscribers than me. So he already has a big head, as we can see, but let's see until he actually earns it. It's not going to be much. I'm trying to get in there early, get a lot of goodwill, so he can carry me to the top in a couple weeks.
I love that this is the verse of the whole conversation you guys see. The reason why we did this video today was, I will say, yeah, that's cool. That's playing in the background. I will say that...
Guys, it's only hard. It's not that cool. It's just hard. I do Nightmare every week. You should still watch me. I do Nightmare every week.
When I found out you had 8 champions, ooh, mythic. When I found out you had 8 champions instead of 10, and my auto runs were failing, I was like, what's going on? I was like, 2 of your champions don't exist. Okay, got it. Yeah. Check. The reason why we're doing this video is because of that conversation. As amazing as this champion is, I pull him up on screen. I feel good to have him. The reason we were doing this video because I don't feel like I can do this champion justice of how amazing they are. But that being said, there's a challenge with that. When a champion becomes this great, they rub people the wrong way. That's what I was looking for. And, it gets
a lot of rubbing talk.
I thought you would want to take it again. Sorry. You just kept saying rub, going like this. We're going to have a whole bloopers reel.
And this is my perk to get better drops, to get better pulls on champions. Every time I've done it in the video so far, it's got me a better summon. Every single time. Every time somebody sees this champion, they think one of 2 things. I'm about to have an amazing time because I have them, or I'm about to lose because I'm going against them. There's the conversation of whether this champion should be cushioned, if you will, if they should be adjusted, re-looked at by the devs, readdressed by the devs, if you will, as Fastidious called it. We wanted to talk about if they should do it, if it shouldn't happen. How does this work with the with the balance of the game. The first thing people thought of when this guy came out was, oh my goodness, he puts combat to shame. And that's usually the big sign of the words power creep. You hear it all the time. But is that enough to say this champion has to go? I want you to start it off, man. Let me know, let me know where to take it. I'm going to be tapping everything on my cell phone, but we're going to navigate this thing, you understand? We're going to work it.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, I guess what I would say is like, yeah, so I knew he was good. Then I started playing with him. And then I knew he was really good. And then I decided, you know what? I want to make almost an hour-long, completely comprehensive guide, diving into the kit, and then trying him out in all Gear Raid 21s. And he was insane in all of them. Like, you guys can watch it if you want, or take my word for it. Probably watch it.
Here will be the link. The link will be here. You guys watch it. It will be here.
But what I really would say is I've developed, if you watch it, the Gear Raid 2, I'll have that video coming out tomorrow as well. A whole new strategy is just built around him. No one else can do that. He is like if Idril, Mari, and I had a baby and it had legendary base stats, and also it hung out with Lasir and Demi, and it just goes on and on and
Casually.
on. He's so good. And whenever anyone's that good, and he's also amazing Arena, he's amazing in Voiders. People want to see that content. I can put it out, Mike can put it out, anybody can put it. He's just that good. You can make it yourself. Make your own content with Boreas. It's easy. He's that good. I mean, look at these ratings. Look at these ratings. Like, this is, go to him in Hansa. These are the only heroes in the game that have anything like this. Then this isn't even true. Like, Gear Raid 3, he's a 5. Guild Boss, if you have a legendary lord, he's probably 4.5. Like, you can probably get away with it. Single target DBS, he hasn't come out yet. We haven't done that yet, but I bet it's gonna be right. Anti-air, he's at 6. I actually came to Mike saying, this could be a fun piece of content based on our little thing with the cushioning.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes, but should we have a strategic revisitation of this hero's balancing? So I guess I was thinking, why don't we say like why we shouldn't do it, and then why we should do it, and then let's figure it out. I don't know. Let's start with the positive. Why they shouldn't do it. It's great. He's so fun. He's so good. He looks so cool. I love his animations. He's making other heroes even better that were already good, like amazing heroes like Mari and I. These fun synergies. My Broke here alongside him with Boreas is super fun because if you have Broker's already good, but then A1 Broker with Boreas, it's like you're done. It's amazing with the freezes. Like I said in my guide, and I'll say it all the time until something happens. I'd rank him as a top 5 endgame hero in the game. I'd say he's the definitive best progression hero in the game, and it's not even close. He's way better than Hansel, way better than Elwyn, everybody, because of what he does for the gear raids, because he can single-handedly carry you through Arena and Void Rift and all the things that matter. And if you're desperate early on, he can still do damage to Guild Boss. It's just so those are all great things. They really are, and he's going to make the game a lot of fun and sometimes pretty easy for a lot of players. So I don't know what you think.
I agree wholeheartedly. My thing is the big challenge of would it theoretically kneecap some of those players that have gotten this champion, gotten comfortable, have made their comps around this guy now, and now they wake up one day and half the stuff they think it was going to be amazing is falling apart. They're not getting it. So there's always that disruption of, and also I will say too, I don't really know the history of content for Watcher Realms as far as making champion adjustments. But I've seen in some games where they make an adjustment and that champion becomes unusable. And we don't want it to become an extreme because they're like, oh, just cut everything in half and this champion doesn't have an ice cane. It has an ice cane instead of an ice staff.
You started playing in October, is that right?
I think like 110 days actually. I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, okay, so I'm about I'm a little less than 2 months ahead of you. But I've definitely been there through all the patches and stuff. I've started like 3 weeks after global. We haven't had like any proper cushiony reworks.
Good cushioning.
Cushionings.
Brian Cushing is gonna like this. It's not the Boreas way. I don't know if Boreas gonna like this.
But so it's hard to say. I actually don't think I've ever played. I've played a lot of gachas. I've been playing gachas for over 4 years now, or 5 years. Wow, no, 4 years.
Nice.
4 years. And nice, not nice. I don't know. You be the judge. But it's like I don't think I've ever seen someone get like a big cushioning to the point of like becoming unusable. I haven't played games like that. But it is a dangerous thing because can I use an example from a game that we both adore with our whole hearts, Raid Shadow Legends?
Memories.
So like when I first started playing, it was the Tormund fusion. I won't give too much into the details, but shortly after, around Valentine's Day, was the first really big fusion that I was a part of in the game, which was Rhodos. And he was so good, which is honestly kind of similar with like
that. So you played Raid before me too, man.
What can I say? Always a step ahead. But with Rhodos, he was too good. Like he deserved what was coming. He deserved the cushioning. But I mean, I was free to play, and it's pretty frustrating, Actually, at that time, no, that was in my dark days. But people were free to play. You know, and you make it's
People
very
were.
hard to come by these books in Raid or skill crystals in Watcher Realms. They're ultimate premium resources. Even whales, you can't even buy them all the time. We were on Ray's account on my channel the other night. He can't skill up every hero. You can't just buy endless legendary skill crystals. So it's if you go too hard, and people were really upset with the Rotos thing, and people will be. So this is why they maybe shouldn't do it. Or should like this is like this is another pro for why keep it the way it is, because think about how not cool if you're like a free to play player, you pulled him, you heavily invest in him, you build him up,
man.
you build everything around him, your precious few legendary skill crystals, you max this guy out, and then he just becomes he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You feel robbed. You feel like they stole from you.
Especially if you got progression tied into this champion. That is also like the balance of it too. Like, what if you just start this game and you get a champion like this and you skyrocket? Your experience is completely different from somebody else that's playing this thing. And what you think is the norm is like the rarest of the rarest moment.
Yeah. I think that's a great point, and I think that transitions perfectly into maybe why they should do it. I'm not saying they should do it, but
just so you guys know, we're not saying they should. But we're
not saying they should, or honestly, I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not saying that. I think let's just get the innovation out there. Maybe towards the end we can give a final thought. But I'll tell you what they shouldn't do. Actually, I'll say that for now. I'll tell you exactly what they shouldn't do, unrelated.
Go for it.
But with Boreas, like imagine me and you, Mike, we started on the same day, and then I got Boreas on day 2, and you didn't get him. Right? It'll be the same thing for people where it's like some people get Dolores on day 12, and some people get Dolores, like shout out to Pink Jesus, on day 75. Right? And it's a totally different gaming experience, and you feel cheated, especially you spent money, and you feel robbed because maybe should we give them a taste of what's coming in the next couple of days? Me and Mike are gonna have a lot of stuff planned. But this is gonna be like a prelude to a video eventually on my channel where we're gonna be re-rolling, trying to get me a free-to-play account with Boreas. Mike will definitely join for the stream, probably, I hope, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm with it, bro. What are you talking about? What do you mean? I have a seat there. There's a name on the seat.
There's a name on the seat. This is this is the guest host. No, but like, and I think you can let us know what you let us know in the comments, but I'm going to be able to clear Gear 818, 118, and 218 within. It's going to be so fast you won't believe it. I'm only going to use Boreas, and I'm going to use the starter gear set, so that Doom set you get in the Deadly Aim. And I think it's going to really open people's eyes to how quickly he can carry you. And that's not to talk about the other game modes. So we'll see. Well, I think we'll rock it for a few days. It might be a few hours. No, not a few hours, but a few days. Yeah. It's going to be shocking, I think. And it's going to show you, now you have that experience, and then other people are waiting to get greed on day 28 just so they have some semblance of this. And then maybe that's not enough. And then here you are with Boreas carrying you to 121 like it was a walk down campaign normal.
You forgot that you pulled greed. You forgot that you got greed. I think this is a good balanced conversation because putting them in these different areas lets you really see just how powerful he is. But I want to just do this because you've done it before. I wanted to just look at the insanity, and I got max ult, so I'm happy. You can tell I put those gems in there, so you see why I'm leaning on one angle of whether he should be cushioned or not. I will say he is one of the easiest mages to build in this game because you just go for damage.
He's the easiest.
Yeah, he's just a damage, attack speed, and he just will do. He'll just go solve it for you. Basic attack, don't have to worry about that. Right into here, where he activates Eternal Ice Haven. This part is where the numbers get zesty here because this is the part where people don't realize how well this works. You can chime in anytime, Fastidious, because you put an hour into this video. I did 6 minutes when I pulled him, along with celebrating
about 12
and
hours.
jumping around. Yeah, for real, seriously. When allies inflict freeze on enemies, deals additional massive damage. That's the percentage, massive.
Yeah. And that's you guys know how much I love vague things and tooltips. No, I mean, they say wide range, massive. Who knew? War Guides did the research. It's 64 different tiles of range, which in this game is almost the entire map. And massive apparently is showering thunder and lightning from the heavens or something made of ice. I don't know. The damage is outrageous.
But it is lovely. I will say that too. But
it looks good.
Outrageous. It looks good. And lovely. When you play against Boreas in Arena and he's 6 tiles away from the enemy, and you see an ice storm just make that enemy wave that just spawned in disappear.
You could leave him in anti-air. It's funny that the ratings will catch up, but they had him 4.7. With anti-air, he's the best because with the new arena, they all kind of congregate in the front and they wait. You can be on the upper corner of the map.
And nuke them. and nuke them.
It was just, yeah, and he does one on the initial deployment, so you could time that out. There's one. Put Mario over there. Ooh, there's some more freezes. Oh, let's get the ultimate up. Let's, just keep going. Let's also let's click on Frozen Purification, the next one. I'll talk about this one briefly. So
right
when deployed, he does this instantaneously, right? Yeah, these skill ups landed at all the right places.
He literally lets the world know he's here.
Yeah. Boreas has arrived.
Boreas is here.
Has entered the building. You are going to want to max this out, or at least get it to level 4, to be honest. Honestly, you don't need level 5. Honestly, you don't need any skill ups on him. I'm not even joking. We can talk about that later. You really don't. That's what, yeah, he's that overtuned. But you, at least if you want to do it right, you get it to level 4, so it's every 16 seconds. This goes, the ultimate, it goes down to 6 seconds. Every 6 seconds, it just, boom, goes the dynamite, the frozen dynamite. It's so silly, man.
Yeah.
And then it's any freeze, right? It's not Boreas' freeze. So then I goes from like great character to goddess assistant to Boreas. And if you just look up anyone's content, doesn't have to be either of ours. Just look at anyone's content of I and Boreas.
For the sake of this, I want to just go to I, just so they can see the multipliers on like her ability. On what this stuff
that's
can
the
do.
crazy thing about Boreas. You don't need the multipliers anymore. So Ronaldo, I'll give a shout out to our boy Ronaldo, has an amazing video on I think it was 119, but just I in some late game gear raids, and she does crazy damage, right?
Yeah.
Who cares? You don't need Awakenings in Eye anymore. Like, it's nice, but you don't need it. Build her straight up tankiness so she doesn't die. All attack speed. Let's get those ice crystals out as fast as possible. Boreas will handle the damage.
That's insane.
Like, you don't need her damage anymore. He's outrageous.
I think the biggest thing people run into is when you don't have this champion and you experience the range this champion has against you. Yeah. What comp am I gonna make other than the comp including him to beat him in this content? He can solo arena teams. Like,
in the very end game, at least for now, people are countering him somewhat.
Yeah.
But that's like, if we have to be discussing like Apex Overlord to say like, well, he's not that insanely, I mean, and he's still used. It's just up to then with like normal people. Like, it's just, I guess what it would come down to, like, why they should do it. It's just not fair. I pretend like that someone's like this special in so many places.
When it gets to the competitive arena, it definitely stands out.
It's just not fair that people have invested so much into him already, right?
Yeah.
And some people have invested so much time into their guides, and then they're going to be outdated.
Oh, man. I do not want to see the day where... I mean, you just did an hour-long guide on this guy. I do not want to see that video go away because I'm still watching bits of it. I'm like, yeah, that's my Boreas. Like, that's the way I'm responding to it.
I'm not saying they should do it, shouldn't do it, but one thing they shouldn't do, shout out to Eternal Evolution. You tanked a game I truly loved, and I bet you a lot of people watching that loved it. Did you play Eternal Evolution?
I did not play Eternal Evolution. Okay. I did hear... This might be something that Avi also relates to.
I've never heard a game... I'm sure the games have done this. I had never experienced it, and then so basically what they do, they have their banners like we do in this game, and they had like this kind of premium, exciting content to get some of the best rewards. So imagine Codex came every other week, which is maybe what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And they would always be introducing a new end of Codex boss, and that's how you get but it was, I forget what it was called. And oh my god, that shows you how much I purged this game from out. I used to play hours a day, and now it's just
gotta delete those
because it's really tortured me. But they would introduce the new hero and let little do you know the next thing that they had in 2 weeks would be perfectly designed for that hero and terrible for the previous hero before. Rinse and repeat on a 2 week cycle for the 8 or 9 months I played. So that's what I'd be worried about. Like, now with the next codex coming from Forerunner or something, or who knows when it's going to come, now it's terrible for Boreas. But there's a new hero coming and she's perfect for it. Oh, and then they're perfect for it, and then he's perfect. That's my big concern, because that would be the ultimate red flag. So don't try to question ad content. Oh my god, I said it.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
But it's a real conversation. Like, I don't think, you let me know if I'm wrong. I don't think there's ever been a champion in this game so far where people was like, oh, this has to happen. I would say, with the exception, as far as my experience with like a light lock, because people was really abusing that mechanic. I get that. But in this case, it was like this champion came out and it was like, oh, something's got to happen. Now, to be fair, there are many times in games like this where champions have really amazing mechanics and they keep them in. And also they do it because of some of the content creators when they give feedback on it. I played Raid, and one of the biggest things was a champion called Trunda. because she did some insane damage.
I had her, baby.
See, yeah, she did insane damage, and if I'm not mistaken, all props to him. If it was him, I believe it was Hell Hades. He said that they were going to make the adjustment on the champion, and they watched the video about him talking about whether or not they should be adjusted, and they decided against it because of that video, because of people's feedback to the content. So Moontime is pretty, I would say in comparison to my experience, they're really, really responsive on, you know, answering questions, solving stuff. I mean, seriously, Codex Styx was difficult, and they were like, yeah, we adjusted him. Next time he comes out, he's going to be a little more respectful.
I was ready to say, if it doesn't change in the next 3 codexes, that they did it on the next one. It's awesome. Twilight Lands, by the way, if you guys saw me looking up and typing, I had to remember. I wasn't going to be able to focus on it. That was an Eternal Evolution. So that'd be like, it's not a direct parallel, but that was like a not consistently in the game content where they could introduce new bosses. And it's like, oh, whoops, that hero's not good anymore, but this new hero that you should probably summon for that one. And it's like,
yeah,
how long can you do that? And that was the only content they really brought. I mean, the other games this year, that was the big thing. The only new content would be that new boss, and the only way to do well against that new boss was to get that new hero, and the only way to get it just keeps going. I hate it.
And it's a contrast.
That game was such a disappointment.
Yeah, and I like the fact it's a contrast to the pace that I'm seeing the content in the game. Now, this game is very early in, so aside from like Forerunner being out there for longer, you know, or like testing content being out for longer, this game has only been like out for what, like 6-7 months now. Most champions in the game have a place in this game. And the great thing about it is Immortal Codex is making that happen. Like the conversation for Aveline is happening again. People don't even talk about this champion unless you find a show like a spotlight on this champ.
Or Tazira.
Exactly.
Tazira.
Freaking Tazira, man. She was like
the worst Pokemon. Now she's pretty darn good. Yeah. I would say, yeah, it's they just shouldn't try question ad content.
Yeah.
Oh, I said it again. That, you know, cushion.
Oh, this edit's gonna be a joy.
This is should I like move my hands around? Like, let's make this impossible for you to. I want you to lose your whole afternoon. That'll slow him down. Yeah, I guess my final thoughts would be, if they don't do it, they should kind of at least address it. I think I'll just say it. I think they should do it, but in a minimal way. But the fun of this game is you get all these different puzzle pieces. I wish there were more epic puzzle pieces and not only legendary pieces for a lot of content eventually in the end game. So that's a story for another day, Mike. We'll put it on our list. Imagine all these doors, and then you got to find the right key, and the whole puzzle is like you're grinding around stream, find a key, and then you find the master key, and that's kind of Boreas. He's kind of good at everything. I think that's a decent analogy. Like he's just hot sit was the closest we probably had, or arrogance. These kind of masters of all trades, but he's like endgame is the only place where I don't think it's a problem. Like, people will hate me, but like I have AT Boreas because I pulled so hard for Setrum A1, and I'm happy I got at least a copy. But I definitely
hide them.
Oh my god, I definitely need my Setrum. Like, and that would have like Boreas. I don't need him right now. I'm not excited to have him, and like I'm excited for the content to come. In endgame, at least he's like there are substitutions, and you need really the best you can get for each slot in endgame. For progression, you just need someone that's good and can do the job, and he is amazing and can destroy the job. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. Yeah. They got to play test more. They got it. Like,
you mentioned this before. I thought this was a really good point, and I actually think I ended up saying it in one of the videos before. Champions like this are amazing. I do hope that champions, this isn't the case for Boreas, but I do hope that champions this amazing re-enter the game soon. Champions that are able to do amazing things. For one, we know of one in particular that we would love to see come back one way or another, however they do it. And yes. And that is, let me go ahead and go to him. Let me navigate to him.
That was when you guys hear this, that was so well done. This guy, like, I'm so lucky I like you, because you're so good at this. It's so annoying. Me and Ivy were just talking this morning. It's like, it's only a matter of time. Like, so I'm at almost 9K. Ivy's at 21 or 22K. Like, we've got weeks, not months. We've got weeks.
Oh my gosh. It's
annoying.
The flood? What is this?
You are the flood. You are what was foretold.
Oh, the prophecy is true.
Get to the point so they know what I'm even hyping up. Basically, I'll tell you guys. Come on, Mike. You're too good at this. I was basically saying I just filmed a video with Panda. Go check it out, and go check out Panda. Subscribe to Mike.
Yes.
I'm fine. Now me and Ivy too, and everybody do it.
No.
Everyone that you love.
I will say that. I gotta say this first, just so I can do this. I will say this. I am not one of the people that say subscribe to people's channel. I think it's great to do it because this game is very early, and these are some of the best places to go to get content on an early game, so you're getting the best people for it. trust me, you want to press subscribe so that you're ready for what's coming in this game. There's a lot of awesome stuff coming. No, I don't get paid by Moontime for this. I might get some gems one day, but I wanted to say that because I don't say like this stuff often.
You heard God.
Smite. But seriously,
But what I'm trying to say is I did this video with Panda, I said we're trying to start a movement. We can get it going here too, guys. It's hashtag bring back Reeve.
Bring back Reeve.
And then I mentioned that to you in passing, and here you go. You're like, ooh, how perfectly and seamlessly can we? And you nailed it, buddy. Thank you. Honestly, thank you. We need to get Reeve back. And it's not just because I don't have him. It's mostly because I don't have him.
It's mostly because... But you've mentioned a very good point about this champion. I know we jumped off the Boreas train, but this is important to know. This champion is very well built. They don't feel like they're going to be easily power scaled or just crept up on. The kit is amazing. It doesn't make it to where you dominate every single piece of content, but it's an amazing option.
He has unique abilities. So even though, same with Falcia, people that are like, I regret going for Falcia. There's going to be, I said it from, go back to watch all my Falcia stuff. That was like some of the stuff that I really started picking up speed with. I was saying, I think she'd be very good now. She is. Anyone that doesn't think that, I'm sorry that every hero isn't Valeria having a baby with the Zila 2 or whatever. Exactly. But Falcia is very good. And I said there's going to be a piece of content where she's just amazing. And it's going to come. And Reeve, that came, right? Like, look how good Reeve is in some of the game modes that we have right now. Because it's such a unique and strong kit, but it's not so overtuned. And with Boreas, like whether you think he needs to be cushioned or overtuned, you have to admit it's ridiculous. Like
there are very few examples of champions that can do the amazing stuff. Like if for one, we already know literally him being summoned. It's just. It's a heart drop for some people because he just shows up and he's like, stop all this shenanigans.
But yeah, for sure. Like Reeve is annoying because like he hasn't been back in forever and there's no talk of it. So like hashtag bring back Reeve. But like Boreas is also the kind of hero. It's like they got to at least make him like he's got a fairly low base rate. He's in the 2.1 or whatever group, the second rarest group, and he I don't know. I really hope people can get him. I hope he comes back soon. I hope everyone gets lucky. I hope there's another 10x. They should do 2x by 10x on Boreas. Honestly, that would be my solution. There's gonna be the really unlucky group that didn't save or blew their load or just didn't get it, and then they're gonna have missed him once, missed him twice, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt if they do that, guys.
Bro, you literally read my mind on the solution. Like, I was sitting here, I was about to say that, and I was like, okay.
Sorry.
What is this synergy, sir?
We got that connection, Mike.
What's that?
We've got that connection. We're
Bro, Boreas brought it together. We can't have them break it apart.
Boreas.
We probably may end up talking about this in the future. What do you guys think are some amazing partner benefits like Silas has with Yerna? I would love to see a benefit of like Azor.
That'd be a fun video.
If you get Azor and Brokir on the same team, you get like a 2% increase on your mythical chances for your artifact forge or something like that.
Oh yeah. I would like that a lot. You're saying like behind my head. Yeah, because like if you have Reeve and Razak, that's very cool. I also thought at first I thought you were saying more partner bonds, like Silas and Fierna or Salazar and Kneza. I like that a lot too. Honestly, they're doing such a good job. We just need more epic heroes. Honestly, more epic heroes and give me the Pantheon stats. That's my new hill I'm dying on. Give me that in the description, and then
I heard you.
I always have like my new thing.
Talk about that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I had a TED talk, but maybe I'll have a formal one. You're a videographer. I'll go down to North Carolina. You can film. I'll just like pace on a stage, empty theater, but you can make it look full. I'm sweating.
We're gonna get an inflatable TEDx and put it in the corner.
But yeah, dude, I think I just think I want to hear. I'm excited to read your comments, man. I want to see what people think.
Yeah, I want to know, what do you guys think? Of course, I got Reeve on the screen, but we were chatting about Boreas, about those topics, about also some pair bond skills. What is your perspective on what will happen? And I'll tell you this, what do you think is the right solution? That's going to end up with some threads in the comment section. But you know what? We're here for it. This has been your boy, Mortar Mike. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you have a magnificent time. Thank you, Fastidious, for kicking butt and tuning in today. Yes, I get to turn the cameras over here, but I'm ghetto in it right now. We're gonna work it. But thank you for showing up, man. The first conversation we had was talking about whether this champion was gonna get cushioned.
It feels like it's a natural. I mean, you've spent a lot of time on my channel, and everyone in my community knows now. This is actually our first video. Maybe I think some people won't even feel like that. So it's appropriate that it is about that the Boreas guys are doing Boreas.
The Boreas
if I can say one thing. We got a
gotta
few
be
things
careful
cooking,
before
but
the
me
stuff
and
is
Mike have
trademarked
one.
before we put it together.
Well, just to plug us, we have a lot of things that we've been chatting about. Me and Mike, ever since we met, have been talking every day. But we have one really big thing. So if you let us know if you guys like this vibe. We have something pretty unique and pretty special because I'm just trying to hang out with this guy as much as possible. Jokes aside, I love you, man.
Look,
You're awesome. This is
likewise,
great.
bro.
This is so
Like
fun.
this is the fun stuff that we enjoy to do, and
Yeah,
plus,
that's why
I'm
we do
doing
what we do.
I'm doing it in a room in the house. What are you talking about? I enjoy this, and I'm glad you guys do too. Tune in to Fastidious content. If you don't know who he is, you haven't played Watcher Realm, so check out his stuff. This guy is one of the best people to look at if you want to learn about deep dives about why champions are great, testing them against other champions. Just finding out how you can min-max your content. It's in the name. It's Fastidious. So I'm giving him extra kudos for coming in today. I appreciate you, man. And to all of you guys. Oh, wait, anything you wanted to say? Because I'm just talking. Anything?
I actually think I talk too much. They always tell me I talk too much in collabs.
I know I talk too
dude.
much. Oh, I don't know I talk too much until I look at the edit. And I'm like, oh, gosh, Mortar, edit that whole section out.
For people who don't know this, I'm filming my audio separately, so it's really crystal clear for Mike. And I keep looking. I'm like, ooh, that's 20 minutes. Ooh, that's 25. And now we're at I'm seeing 31 over here. Yeah. Nah, it's a blast, dude. Guys, you don't have to subscribe to me. It's okay. You gotta subscribe to Mike. Honestly, well, that's the first time. Do me a favor. If you made it this far, it's because you like one of us. So I hope you like both. The first time Mike came on, I think he had 30 or 35 subs.
Yeah.
By the end of the stream, in an hour, it was Christmas Day, so it felt great. You were over 100.
Yeah.
And then he's growing his beard out. We haven't forgotten about that. And now you're at 500 subs or 600
No,
subs.
I'm at almost 900. Like, as of this morning. It's freaking, like, I can't
I've been Fastidious. I'll see you guys later.
I can't
End the video, Mike. End the video, Mike.
I can't thank you
Took
guys.
me a year to get there. A year to get to 900 subscribers. A whole year, Mike.
I hope you have an amazing time. It's go time, but now it's
Share with
time
your
to
mother.
go.
Yep,
You guys have an amazing time. I'll see you guys soon.